What is going on, Heavy Poor Sports? Late night, midweek recap. I think this might be the first time in show history that I'm jumping on with Kentucky being the only win so far in the week. Typically, not happening, especially in football season. But we'll get to that. To start off with, Hammer, sir, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing well. Week is creeping by. I'm doing a lot better. Especially that we got a gritty road win against what a lot of people say is a tough South Carolina team.
No disrespect to you or Kentucky or anybody affiliated with Big Blue. That is not a good basketball team in Columbia.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about our team. I was like,
no.
Yeah. At times.
I guess it's me and you on Rando Delusion Island, but I still think Kentucky can make a deep run in the tournament.
Yeah, man, it's all got to click. We'll hopefully get it figured out. The test is going to be Vandy. Got out of the slump. 3-game win streak that you shouldn't been, or I'm sorry, 3-game losing streak that you shouldn't have been in the first place. We'll dive into that game. I got my takes. Selena should be on here soon. But as we kind of let people trickle in here, help me explain college basketball at the moment, because Monday was just caught me off guard after Cincinnati just demolishes Kansas.
Yep.
And I guess I didn't think Darren Patterson was playing. He does play, but then you also got UNC, who just get smoked a couple games ago by NC State. And then Kansas, Fog Allen is, I think, the difference maker there, but they go and really abuse Houston the entire game. And then UNC, without their star player, beats a top 25 Louisville team. This has been, I think we say it every year as we get further and further into the NIL era, but this has been one of the wildest, unexplainable college basketball seasons that I can remember.
Yeah. It's one of those make it make sense things. And I think I just caught a little snippet headline, but apparently Boston College, who has been terrible all season, pulled off a big upset tonight as well.
Against Wake?
Yeah, beat Wake.
Yeah. I saw that it was a last-second tip-in.
But Wake should never be in that position against a team like Boston College, right? I know it's not the Tim Duncan Wake teams or whatnot, sure, but they should never be in that position to get beat on a tip-in buzzer beater. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, wait till you see the highlights, because there's all of 6 people in the stands losing it on the game winner. But it seemed like a good moment for the coach. You could see he was excited. But they were talking about the Boston College game. It looked like Texas, Florida was close at one point. I saw the clips, but today has been kind of a for the big matchups, kind of boring slate of college basketball. Yeah. Bama smacking Mississippi State right now. Texas A&M losing to Arkansas by a lot when I turned it off. College basketball, you just never know what you're going to get with these games. You think they're teams down and out, then you get the. I don't think anybody had Kansas beating Houston yesterday or on Monday. I know I certainly didn't.
No, and coming off that performance, previously, just what did they really have left in them? Because that's just gutting to be embarrassed like that. Worst loss, I think, I don't know if it's history or worst loss at Fog Allen, but when you get embarrassed like that, you're going to respond one of two ways. You're going to come out flat and not care, or you're going to do what they did and they're going to circle the wagons and lock in, and that's exactly what happened. I'm with you. I did not expect Kansas to win that game, and I'm been ringing the Jayhawk bell all season. I still think they have a shot, but man, after that game the other night, I don't know. And then here they turn right around and beat a really good Houston team. So, it's just whichever team shows up on any given night. It's very difficult. And I think it's going to make an even more interesting, conference tournament season plus selection Sunday. I mean, I know I've got a few teams penciled in as what I think will be number ones, but I don't think anything's set outside of maybe Duke and probably Michigan.
Yeah, Duke, Michigan, Arizona's taking some losses.
Yeah, yeah. I think Florida still legitimately has a shot at a number one seed.
Yeah, depending on how they close out.
Yeah, I see a path for that to happen. I don't want to see it, but just preparing everybody. Don't be shocked if they crawl into the fourth number one.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be shocked either. They have, I think they were on some Final Four radars early, preseason. But really, as the season's has gone on, I think the only thing that might keep them out of the one seed is early season. Now, they were close games, and they had a tough early season matchup, but they lost all those games, right? They really started clicking in SEC play, but they had plenty of quad one wins in SEC play. But yeah, Duke, Michigan, I guess Arizona could potentially sneak in there. Mm-hmm. Houston maybe still has a shot, depending on how they finish their season.
I've been on keep an eye on UConn for a few weeks, and I think they could legitimately sneak in there and steal one. But I will say, if all things are considered equal, we've got 5 and the resumes are pretty similar. What you just said is what's going to keep Florida on the 2 line because of those. But and it's so hard to repeat. Like, we've only seen it a handful of times, and the fact that they're playing as well as they are, and if they can get a good draw, I mean, we could easily see them in the Final Four championship game again, and that sucks, but it's reality. So,
yeah, Selena.
Hi.
What you rocking with too right now?
I've just got a random song stuck in my head, so I'm just
okay. We knew she would listen to us.
Yeah.
No, every freaking pair of headphones I have is not syncing, so I had to grab the old school mic headphones and plug them in.
Old school plug-in.
Yeah,
that's right. And they say those are the way to go, because I think that if you're a tinfoil hat person, these Bluetooth things are rotting your brain. So,
well, my AirPods won't pair, my other ones won't pair. I'm just like, chill, whatever.
I see T is in here, but he's got no picture. T, can you hear us?
He checks the group chat.
Did he? Well, he ain't with us yet. That's right. We'll get him in here. So yeah, Hammer, to close out that conversation, has Florida did it under Billy Donovan, and then it hadn't been done, the back-to-back thing, until UConn did it just a couple years ago, right?
UConn, yep.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and if Todd Golden is able to figure out how to do that, gross. I
know. And I mean, honestly though, dude, he's probably one of, if not the best second half coach in college basketball right now.
He's just slimy. He's slimy.
I can't stand him.
No.
I can't. I just disclaimer, if anybody that's watching it doesn't know me, I despise and detest all things Florida. There's nothing about Florida I like. The only good thing to come out of Florida was Rando and Gloria Estefan. I don't know.
Yeah. And I don't even claim that state because I can't stand it.
Yeah. So I don't come on here glazing them or saying anything positive about them because I like them. It's fact. And
yeah,
I hate saying anything good about them, but I'm just trying to prepare some folks because I know we have a lot of SEC people, and don't be shocked, man. Don't be shocked.
Yep. No, I agree, and it's gonna suck. Maybe we can prevent them real hard from keeping on that one line, because the loss to us would. There he is.
He's in black and white. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Thank goodness.
Got him on his phone. There you go. We're adapting. We are adapting.
I tell you what, man. Keep me on my toes. That's for sure.
Are you? Did you switch computers, or just the that one finally giving up out on you?
No, I usually use my work computer, but we have a new chief technology information officer or whatever who's actually going in and putting in the appropriate protocols and stuff. So I
You are
think,
blocked.
yeah, exactly. So at home, it's fine because, I hook in a mic and I hook in a camera.
Mhm.
But if I try to use the ones that are built into the computer, I think they're blocked. And so I just haven't known that because I haven't tried to use the built-in stuff.
Well,
And now I'm finding out.
we got you on here. So we were just talking about the craziness of college basketball, kind of buying some time, but let's just get into it.
Okay.
Tennessee, Mizzou, and there is no as much as I would like to talk some junk, I cannot because they came to our house and smacked us around, and that's what Mizzou does. They have some talk about weirdness of college basketball. They have some impressive wins, and then they have some wild losses, but they're going to find themselves in the NCAA tournament, whatever the seed is. But you guys in a game expected to win, finally get back in the top 25, and then lose to them. How do you feel about the game? What do you think the reasons why are? Like, what do you see the big standout of why? Because you were up a lot of that game, and then late kind of fell apart.
I mean, it's not hard to figure out why we lost. T, I feel like it's a broken record that we could just record this and hit play every time. But when you shoot 57% at the free throw line and you turn the ball over more times than you provide an assist, and you get 17 offensive rebounds and 7 points off turnovers, you're not going to win many ball games, and I don't care who you play, even those horrible that other horrible team in another horrible Columbia. Missouri's still up for trade, ham sandwich and a bag of generic chips. Anybody's interested. It doesn't even have to be good ham. It can be like the great value ham. It's fine. I mean, we just can't. We beat ourselves more than anybody I've ever seen. And I don't understand for the life of me how we can play so well and then turn around and look like we've just been introduced to the game of basketball. And then I don't know what happened to Jacoby Gillespie's shot, but his 3 of 12 from deep is not going to get it done. If he just hits 2 of those, if he's 5 of 12 or 6 of 12, we win that game.
Yeah, 29% from 3, and yes,
collectively.
Yeah, he took the most of them, 3 of 12. The next highest was 5. Nate Ament went 2 of 5. Not terrible percentage from Nate Ament. I mean, you got Gillespie with 19 points, Nate Ament with 17, Okpara with 15. Unfortunately, outside of Okpara, not really efficient on the offensive side.
Well, and the other thing that's crazy is they had 2 guys with 20 plus, and we got outscored in the paint. Barrett had 28. Didn't take any threes. They were collectively 4 of 17 from 3, barely 23%. They beat us in the paint, and I'm still trying to figure out how that happened.
You guys are baffling to where the amount of losses you have while still out rebounding other teams by double digits.
Yep, we had the rebound advantage in this game, and especially again offensive rebounds, but we can't do anything with them. It's maddening. Maddening.
Yeah, and 57% from the free throw line compared to their 77.
That's going to get you beat every game.
Yep. How did the, let's see, I'm pulling this up now. And okay. So I'm starting, it's starting to piece together, and it's all, I mean, the same thing. It's the same thing for Kentucky, where we now are rebounding. Typically, if you look at that first, we get beat, we're losing. But we had we had 15 turnovers last night too. So 15 turnovers to now you guys had 13 assists. So your turnover assist ratio is much better than ours. But you still can have more TOs than daggone assists while shooting under 6% from the free throw line and 30% from three, especially in a road game. But yeah, I mean, to your point, Missouri didn't shoot very well either. They capitalized on their opportunities when y'all didn't.
Yeah, and they don't shoot a lot of threes to begin with. So I really felt like that, we should have been able to win the battles that we, on paper looks like we should have won. But I will say, when Richie sent me a message and said that all of his legs in his parlay hit, all he had left was Tennessee, I'm like, dude, I do not feel good about this game. I just
cash it.
And sure enough, that's the only team that missed on his slip. And I'm like, dude, I mean, it is what it is, but I wouldn't have included him this game. Just playing on the road after a win, I know they played well on the road. I mean, good God, they're still 18th in KenPom. So it's not like they're a terrible team, but it's the way we lose is why I don't think we're going far in this tournament. It's not the fact that we lost, it's how we're losing games.
Yeah.
And those will come back and bite you hard on neutral site games against try hard, mid-majors or, other teams that play sound fundamentals and don't have some of the issues that we have. It's going to be the end. It's going to end our season.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. And especially you guys were, you were on most people's Field of 68. A lot of people's like riser board, like after the loss to us, in Rupp, you had just steadily gotten better and better and better. And a lot of people were, okay, this is Tennessee's peaking at the moment. And then the Mizzou loss. But T, what'd you think about the game and any other analysis outside of Hammer point of make free throws, don't turn the ball over, and and make shots?
Nobody. Rick Barnes doesn't have anybody he trusts to play off the bench. So our starters, 36 minutes, 34 minutes, 37 minutes, 33 minutes. The only one who didn't play 33 plus was Jalen Carey, who played 26 minutes. Our bench, JP Estrella played 6 minutes. Berg played 3 minutes. Troy Henderson played 1 minute. So Missouri only played 3 guys off the bench, but they played 19 minutes, 28 minutes, and 13 minutes. So our dudes had no gas. No gas at the end when we folded. Rick Barnes absolutely running them into the dirt. And honestly, like these last couple of games are when you get your guys off the bench some minutes. You're going to need them. Come March Madness, man, you can't be playing dudes 35 plus minutes, 2 days in a row and then, a few days later and all that. So they completely ran out of gas. 2 guys combined for 51 points on us. T.O. Barrett was just an absolute bully. He was just way more physical. And so Barnes tried to counter that one time by putting a mint on him because Barrett is 6'4", but a mint is not fast in the least bit. And so Barrett just like moonwalked right past him. So I don't know what was going on with Bishop Boswell, why he couldn't hang with him. Jacoby is just too small. Boswell's the same size, but they couldn't do anything with him, man. He had a heck of a game. You got to give him props. Like we just couldn't do anything with it. That was a career game for him, and he was really impressive. So our shooting was bad, but the boys had, I don't think, any gas down the tank because all of them played the entire game, except for Jalen Carey, who's just making a conscious decision to be a non-factor.
Yeah, cardio in.
Yeah. Now I think we talked about this Saturday. He's short for a post, and Missouri is huge. And so when you got somebody who's 7 foot, Yeah. So when you got somebody or some bodies who are 7 feet, 6'11" down there, Carey's not even going to try to go at him. So he played 26 minutes and shot it 3 times. And he had 10 rebounds. So he showed that his physicality can still be used, but he wasn't trying to score. So I mean, in the end, on top of what Hammer said, Rick Barnes just ran our dudes into the dirt, and they had no gas at the end.
Is JP Estrella just not performing, or is it the injury thing he's still coming back from?
It's the injury thing. So he looked bad, but he's rusty. You know, he hadn't played in 10 days, so he only got 6 minutes. And this is how it was when he had that hyperextended knee too. And for like weeks, Hammer and I were like, "Where is JP Estrella?" He finally starts rounding into form. He's our third offensive option. Boom, gets hurt again. And so now he's right back here. At this point, I don't know that we can even count on him when we need him, not because he's not good or any of that, but because the injury history has proven to not be in his favor.
Yeah. So AllUKBall is going to have to play 35 minutes if he doesn't foul out.
Yep. And he played 34 yesterday and had a great game.
Had a great game. That's probably his best game of the season.
Yep.
7 for 7 from the floor. You know, you talk about missing 2-foot shots. He was able to make them against Missouri. You know, like T said, a big team. Yeah, no,
he looked really good. He had a super awesome block where he was beat and then he recovered and then stuffed that 7-foot dude who was trying to yam it. AllUKBall swatted that mess. Like this was the AllUKBall that I think everybody was kind of hoping for, that he would have progressed from last year. He was always a pretty good rim protector. But just if he could give us 12 to 15, that'd be huge. So, and he only had 3 fouls. He's still kind of wild and jumps at a lot of stuff. So for him to only have 3 fouls is pretty good. But they also shot 22 free throws, and we only shot 14. So when your shot's not falling, you got to press the issue, get to the cup, get to the free throw line. And we didn't do a good job of doing that. Though it doesn't matter because we're not going to make our free throws anyway. So,
I feel like Kentucky and Tennessee are very similar with everything happening right now. Our starters are playing a ton of minutes because our bench literally can't do anything. We can't make a free throw to save our life either. And a layup, we are friends with those about 5% of the time. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah, around the basket is been tough. Yeah, I mean, especially the gripes for sure from the fan base, right? I mean, I see a lot of Tennessee Twitter. I'm on here with you guys twice a week in the plus the group chat, the gripes, the complaints about how the roster construction has turned out with injuries, or for us it wasn't going to get a point guard, for y'all it wasn't going to get another 2 guard, and all of the complaints about how we're either losing games or not able to sustain the ability to push a game out of reach, right? A team that we should beat by a bunch, you go on a run, but you just you're not able to really step on somebody's neck and take them out early. And then when these games, especially on the road, when they get down to the wire and it's close, you just never know how they're going to play out, man. Home environment starts getting involved. People are in their home gyms. They make shots they're not typically, used to making, at least percentage-wise, and then you find yourself in a tough loss, i.e. Kentucky against Auburn, right? But you guys, ultimately that's a not terrible loss. Again, Missouri has beaten some good teams, and you have opportunities now against Bama and Vandy to get really good quad 1 wins and boost yourself on the seeding line. Unfortunately, I think now T talked about last time or on the last show, you could really write or you had your way to the 4 seed, I think, and get a second round bye. I think that's less likely now because of the Mizzou loss. Is that correct?
I mean, if we win out these next 3, then we would still have that. I think the Missouri one is not the one that you count as the loss, right? Like you look at either Bama or Vandy as your potential loss. Because we had when we talked about that, we had Oklahoma, Vandy twice, Mizzou, Carolina, and Bama. So theoretically you take care of OU, Mizzou, South Carolina, maybe split with Vandy and beat Bama, but now you got to beat a good Vanderbilt team twice, a good Bama team, and then South Carolina will probably play us tough in Carolina. So we could still do it, but I think it's more difficult now.
Yeah.
Like we started the show when me and Hammer were up here, buying some time. The internet tells you South Carolina's a good ball club. All right. They are a good basketball team to be. That's what I was telling myself last night. But all right, Celine, it's our turn. Let's transition. Kentucky, a must-win game in South Carolina. We get it done. Dang near double-digit road win. Late silly foul from Oweh takes it away from what would have been an 11-point game to a 9-point game. What are your thoughts on the game? Are you I see the positives. We got a win. We overcame a terrible performance from Otega Oweh, who pressed the whole game to try to get his double-digit scoring? Or are you on the end of like that game shouldn't have been close, and I'm even more concerned even though we got a win?
Well, it shouldn't have been a must-win game for us, period. So
Correct.
Auburn never should have came back down by 9. They shouldn't have. I don't care. They shouldn't have. Because Auburn's not good. They're pretty terrible. And Kentucky just they confuse me. Okay, because at one point in the second half, it looked like we had forgotten how to play basketball again, right? Like we could not seem to stop them for anything, and then I don't know. The game never should have been close. It shouldn't have been close. It really shouldn't. And Oweh shot hunting is a problem, obviously. Like, that's a thing, him pressing like that. But, I mean, I'm glad we won, but it should have been a must-win for us. So it's like, cool. But there were some concerning issues in that game. Like, our bench is unplayable. BG looks like he is out to lunch. Jasper, I don't know what's happening. He made some really bad decisions, like pass-wise and stuff in the Oklahoma game.
3 games in a row now.
Like South Carolina game. It was so bad. And I love Noah. He gets a rebound, but he has to make shots too, right? Like he's got to start hitting shots. But otherwise, I mean, Mo D is Mo D. You're going to get a version of him some point in the other. We don't know which one it is. And he's not really offensive version at all. It's a rebound and defense guy. But our benches. It's bad.
It is bad. And, the injuries and folks playing out of position, it's just, but you still expected to get some sort of production from the bench. I like how we were pumping up the plus minus. Everybody on the team was above or was in the plus for a plus minus, which I hate that stat. I don't know that it actually means anything.
I hate it too.
But all right, so here's my thoughts on it. Okay. And it's been out there for, we did the rando recap last night. I was sunshine pumping a little bit on why I am not as concerned. One, we did go on multiple runs in that game, and we could have put it away. Unfortunately, like you said, the killer every single time was our best player pressing. Like, he was tired of not being able to score. I can't remember a game where he has actually felt a true double team like that the entire game, where they were either picking him up as soon as he got the ball right away or off, they were trying to screen and get him on a different defender. They were just not – they were harassing him the whole game, not giving him any space. And he got frustrated, and he tried to, dribble through traffic. He only got credited with 3 turnovers, which I thought there was a lot more. But if you go back and look, I bet there's another, 2, 3 where they didn't go to him, but he was the one that initiated the train wreck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he started the car accident. He just didn't get involved in it. But if he gets in his mind, like, I'm going to be facilitator in this game, I do think it's a 15-plus point win, because there are dudes wide open in the corner. We actually, Yelovich started getting down the paint. Modi started getting in the paint. He just was taking bad shots. Even his attacks to the rim were wild, and he wasn't collecting fouls that he typically does. So I think that can get corrected, right? That's a sit down, look in the film room. Hey, if they do this, because if I'm Vandy, I'm watching this and going, hey, we smacked them, in Nashville. But if we do this, then we really take away their advantage of their SEC Player of the Year potential guy. So, like, okay, let's instead of trying to get 15 points plus, 10 or 12 with 6-7 assists is a recipe for a win there. And also, like I was, telling Jay last night, I think if he facilitates early and some guys make some shots,
they have to respect that. And double team
has to get away from the double team,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So, like, okay, let's do that. If they're going to do that, let's force them to get out of it early. My other thing is Zell getting out of his slump, right? If you have Otega Owe that goes 3 of 13 from the field and pressed it and killed every drive because he wanted a piece of the action. Colin Chandler completely silent, end up getting 10 points, going 4 of 6 from the field, but 2 of those buckets were late turnovers. He was sitting on 6 points most of the game. That big 3 to kind of close it out was massive. Captain Clutch shows up again. But your 2 dudes that you've been really counting on to score for you, pretty much non-existent. Yep. You get Zell, a massive first half, hits 4 threes, drops 19 points on 37 minutes. And then you get Mo Diabate, like you said, is not what you would consider a scorer. He's more of your high motor dude. Let's come get rebounds, play defense, like maybe create extra possessions for other people.
Right.
Drops 12. So all those things to me are encouraging to where we can lean on it. At least we have one dude off the bench, right, who can come in, potentially give us some scoring. Yelovich getting, I think, 11 last night and actually putting the ball on the floor and getting to the cup, being crafty. Yeah. Go ahead. What you got?
You brought up Yelly, and I'm going to rant about Mark Pope and his substitutions. I don't understand them. Like, I don't understand. If Yelly is cooking, why doesn't he play the last 14 minutes of the game? Like, and why do we sub 4 people out at a time and it kills any momentum we might have? Like, what? Why? I
haven't seen the mass substitutions lately because of injury.
He did 16 minutes last night. BG, Jasper, I think Noah and maybe Modi all came at the same time. And I'm like, you can do one at a time. That's fine. Like, I get it. But, like, why are we killing momentum like this too? Like, I get he's like, starters can't play enough minutes. Okay, but your bench is killing if we have a lead, it's gone by the time they get off the floor. Right? Like, it's gone. And then Yelly's playing great, and then he doesn't play the last 14 minutes. Why? Like, why?
Yeah. That one I didn't understand. Yelovich not getting minutes late in the game. That would confuse me. I was like, because he came out the second half on fire. Like, you have right your hot hand, right? Like, you play him until he's exhausted or he's missing too many shots. It makes no sense. But I don't. That's like the biggest thing for me with Pope is okay. My cat's gonna dive bomb off my computer in a minute. It's gonna be fun. Stop. It's like he's so stuck in analytics sometimes, of what the numbers might say, that he doesn't coach the game how it's like feel it. Does that make sense? Like, he doesn't feel the game in the moment. It's, oh, well, this number says this. We got to go by this number. Okay, what's your eyeballs telling you? Yeah, I still think he's doing some of that. I also last night I noticed like he was getting Jasper minutes. He was getting Noah minutes in the first half, close to your media timeouts, right? So he's trying to play that game. Unfortunately, there's times where the media timeout comes a minute and a half, 2 minutes later in gameplay, and now we just let them come back on that run, right? So, it's frustrating for sure. You got to have dudes. Now, I'm more in T's mindset of like, now's the time, especially at South Carolina. If you don't have to play 36, 37 minutes, you don't, right? Like, I'm thinking you got to get some of these guys some minutes, because for us, it's going to be try to get wins now where you can and preserve, some life in the legs of Zell, Colin, Ortega, Moreno, because if we do something in the tournament, we do make the second weekend into Sweet 16. Those games, those 5 are playing 35 plus minutes. They're gonna have to. You cannot lean on the bench in those games because we will lose. Because if you let another team go on a run in a tournament game, you ain't making a wild 18-point comeback in that environment.
See, here's my thing with that too, and I get they can't play enough minutes, but the problem is right now is they have lost so many games at this point, and they've lost really bad games at this point that Pope doesn't have the ability to play with the lineup as much as we have to win. Like, we're not even guaranteed to make the tournament right now. We have to win games, right? So, like, I understand, we have to get these guys starters or these minute starters or whatever, but like, we can't drop any more games. We're 17-10 or 18-10, whatever. We've lost 10 games.
Yeah.
And we've lost really bad games. We've got blown out a lot too. So they kind of cooked themselves in this matter by not winning if they should have won early in the season, to where they could have potentially got more rest, because we can't drop any more games.
So I am not so much on we're battling for the tournament. I think worst case, which would be embarrassing, we're in the same ball club that UNC was last year. We're in the 11 seed play-in game, which again would be wildly embarrassing, but you're still in the tournament. Just a few weeks ago, or just a week ago, we were on the 6th line. So, we get the South Carolina win, doesn't mean anything. You got 3 quad 1 win opportunities. You get one of them. I think you're locked as an 8-9 seed, which again, not great, but at least you're in. You happen to win 1 or 2 of the games against Vandy in Florida. Maybe you're back in the 6-7 seed. I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? Because you're looking at the same thing. Do you just, hey, this is what we got, and you got to hope the dudes can play 35 plus minutes a game? Because what makes me nervous is if you play Owe, Chandler, and Zell 35 minutes for the rest of the month, plus the SEC tournament, if one of these dudes go down with an injury or something like that, you're increasing injury risk. Or if they just get to the tournament and are smoked, that's a first weekend loss right away. Like, you can't afford to lose these guys. You got to try to preserve them somehow, some way. But how do you feel about it?
That is exactly how I feel about it. Me and him have been lamenting this all year with Jacoby in particular, because while Nate was figuring it out, he wasn't playing 30-something minutes, and the offense was like 90% Gillespie, and so he's been playing 30. He's probably averaging 34 minutes a game, or close to, like, averaging that, not just doing it now. It's already been done. So that is already a concern of mine. And I still think you get your bench guys some minutes. But yes, rest them up as much as you can. I don't think we can take a whole bunch of losses either, to Sass's point. But some guys off the bench have to be able to come in and play. And I think what Tennessee fans are kind of torn on is Abram not playing when he's shown an ability to score and play good defense, and he's got good size, and he doesn't even sniff the court. But Ethan Berg will come out there and he'll play. And so either way, I'm getting off track. To answer your question, yes, I'm very concerned about the high amount of minutes. We can't have 4 starters playing 33 plus minutes the last 4 or 5 games of the season, plus the SEC tournament, however many games in that we play, and then expect to have any gas in the tank come March Madness.
Yeah, and the sad part is, we're at a point in the season now that if these guys haven't made the floor and cracked the lineup or gotten in the rotation, they're not going to.
Right.
Our bench took 7 shots combined in the Missouri game. So even when they're out there, they're just a placeholder.
There's cardio in, right?
Yeah, they're just out there getting their steps in.
Yes, but also, like, dudes were playing 1 minute and 4 minutes and 6 minutes. So they didn't take a lot of shots, but they also weren't out there besides Dwayne Brown
shots,
to
right.
shoot.
Yeah, so they're basically just going out there long enough to give somebody, a quick breather, and it's right back out. And I don't know. You just can't hold up. That's not a recipe for winning.
See, UK has the problem, but we have our bench comes in, they shoot, but they can't make anything. Like,
ours can't either.
Yeah. Johnson was 0
will shoot all day long, but
we are 264th in the nation in free throw percentage. We are almost outside the top 300 in free throws.
Oh God,
that's got to be.
Free throws frustrate me so bad because UK is not great at free throws either. So I get it.
You said we're 264th.
And see, we went up from last week. Last week we were 272nd. So that piss poor 57% we shot last night actually made us better.
Progress.
Helped us out.
I mean, I'm serious. Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder and Helen Keller and Ronnie Millsap could go out there and have a better free throw percentage than our guys.
I think that's at this point when you start spiraling like that, it's mental. And Kentucky's the same way. I mean, Trent Noah couldn't miss a free throw. He's missed his last two. He got sent up there for a technical shot, and then he got front end of a 1-on-1. He missed both of them. And you send this dude up to the line, you're like, that's the one thing he can do is to go up there and knock down a free throw. Yeah. And his shot is just broken, unfortunately, at the moment.
I think he's in his head.
Anybody playing Division I basketball should not be under 70% free throw shooter. And I'm talking about the 7-footers.
Completely agree with you.
There is absolutely no reason that anybody should be under 70%. That is just asinine. And Tennessee collectively as a team is under 70%. Not just one or two dudes, all of them collectively are under 70%. You can't win basketball games like that.
Yeah, especially to close them out. We've all been in close games. All of them have been in close games.
And I mean, not you guys as much, but there have been times where you kind of faded down the stretch and kind of the wheels fall off the wagon. That's exactly why everything we just said about the starters playing that many minutes, because when you get that tired, you get mentally fatigued, you start making mistakes, you don't go up with the same force, you don't have the legs under you to make the jump shot. Mentally at the free throw line, you're off, you make bad passes. I mean, it's all little things that build up into blown lead after blown lead after blown lead. And again, we did it with you guys twice after being up double digits.
Yeah.
It's absolutely because everybody's playing 35 minutes.
Yeah. And if you go back and look at Otega Oweh's free throws, how many of the first free throw is front of the rim? Second half, first free throw front of the rim. And it goes to your point, it's fatigue. The game against y'all, Colin Chandler hits that three to go up, gets the ball, turn in, misses the free throw, right? Like in clutch moments, if you're fatigued, all those things matter. And, we expect him to go out there and at 90% free throw shooter just to go knock it down. But unfortunately, they're not robots. They are human, and all those factors come into play. Selena, so we were talking about bench. We were and you brought up Trent Noah being up in his head. So, and actually, you were talking about this tee with Jalen Carey. So Tennessee fans, our crew can jump in here and give their opinion. I watched that game last night and saw Trent Noah give some ballsy, gritty minutes. Now, he went 0 of 4 from 3. He took one of them that was terrible. The other 3 were wide open. They laid off him, just like wanted him to take that shot.
Yep.
But he played 5 minutes in the first. Actually, I think they corrected the stat. It was 6 minutes in the first half. I don't think he stepped on the court in the second half. Collected 5 rebounds. At the half, Malachi Moreno had played 3 times as many minutes and had 7 rebounds. At the end of the game, Trent Noah had not played another minute. He had 5 rebounds. Brendan Garrison had played 3 times the minutes, had 7 rebounds. Moreno had 11. So he was our 3rd leading rebounder on top of what he was doing on defense. So I understand he's not scoring, and that frustrates the fans because that's what he's supposed to do. If he's got a wide open 3-point shot, we expect him to cash that thing because that's what he did last year.
Right.
And that's why everybody was so excited about him this year. But I look at it as we have to not just focus on the scoring because not everybody on this team was brought here to be a scorer.
Right.
Now, Trent might have been, but that's besides the point. I've always been taught this is a 3-phase basketball game. Or the game of basketball is 3 phases. It's offense, it's defense, it's rebounding, right? Rebounding is kind of like special teams. Like, it's got to be good. The possession doesn't end until you get the rebound. So if he's collecting 3 defensive rebounds, ending possessions, and 2 offensive rebounds, extending possessions to create shots, I want this dude on the floor 10, 12 minutes a game. And then hoping that he breaks the slump and can hit those wide open threes. Now, Tennessee fans, Jalen Carey's a little bit different. You don't want him to get the 3, but he can potentially get, putbacks around the rim or kick out threes. But we'll start with Selena. How do you feel about that? Because I was going back and forth all yesterday and today on X about Trent Noah is not a Kentucky-level player. He can't be on the floor. He's not serviceable. And I'm trying to be like, are we not watching the whole game? Like, yes, he's not making shots, but he's ending possessions, and he's creating shots for other people. So how do you feel about it? Like, do you want to see more Trent, or have you seen enough Trent? Like, how do you feel about the Noah experience?
I love Trent Noah. I think for him to be successful, though, it depends who he plays with on the court, right? So if he comes in with that second set, you're not going to see him produce because that set doesn't produce in general, right? Like,
yeah.
Now, if you play him minutes with some of the starters, I think you'll see more out of him. But as you said, though, he's going to get you dirt and gritty rebounds. He's going to mix it up, right? He's going to grab a ball. He's going to do whatever it takes to do that. And sometimes you need those players that are on the court in general because other players aren't doing it. But I think in order for him to be successful, he's going to have to play more with the starters versus the second set, like the subs, whatever. Just because that group doesn't score well at all, to be fair. But I like Trent Noah. Just keep shooting because you don't score much in high school if you can't shoot the ball and can't play, right? Like you don't do what you did in high school if you can't play ball and you can't shoot. And we've seen him shoot. Like, we've seen him make a ton of threes like that. We've seen his shot be pure. It's just a mental thing right now. And essentially, like, for that, you have to shoot right out of it. You have to keep shooting until you start going in. That's just how that works.
And it's encouraging to me that he is doing that, right? He took 4 threes last night. He forced one up, but like there was no hesitation. He was sitting there clapping, like, "Give me the ball. I want to shoot this thing again." So he's got the confidence to do it. But how do y'all feel about Jalen Carey? Kind of the opposite for him. He's playing, 25 plus minutes, collecting 10 boards. So he's actually getting a good amount of playing time, but not scoring for you. So T Hammer, do you want to see that amount of Jalen Carey and hope he can start scoring? Or you're like, hey, I want to see more JP Estrella and hope he can stay, stay healthy? Like, how do you feel about that when it comes to your, bench production?
In an ideal world, to me, which we had for a small stretch, we had fairly even minutes between Estrella, Brown, Carey, and Felix. And Barnes was kind of doing like a 2-2 thing. Like, he would put 2 in, take 2 out. I like that. If our front, that way our front court can continue to give like high energy. Whereas if we only have 3 guys, like, you got to be a little more reserved. I mean, Felix is going to play 100 miles an hour the whole time, but I have no beef with seeing Carey on the court if we can get the Carey mentality that we saw earlier in the season. I don't know what's going on these last few weeks or so, but if he can get out of his head, I want Carey. We need that bully, and he's the only bully that we have. So I'd like to see him, but I just need his mental to get back the way it was.
Yeah, I do agree. He's sort of take a step back as far as like being aggressive and stuff when he's on the court.
Yeah, he was going right through people's chests. Like, he was seeking chests to go through, and now
like he bullied Malachi when we played you guys at Tennessee because he was going through his chest, and I've noticed he's not doing that as much now.
Oh, and that's crazy because Malachi Moreno is 7 feet tall, so like he has shown an ability to do it against tall guys, but now like the last couple games, there's some tall dudes, Vandy and Mizzou, and it's just like completely taking them out. I don't know. What do you think, Hammer?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, ever since he had that, there was one game early in the season that he was the only guy that could throw it out of a boat and hit water.
Yeah, that was like the Kansas game or Illinois or something, like a big time team.
Yeah, it was non-conference, and it looked like, well, man, we got a steal when we got him from Peabody. And there's been, I mean, and speaking of, I mean, the Peabody game, like he was completely a ghost, non-factor. So, I mean, we need I mean, that's the only way to put it. The way you said it, we need a bully. We've got to have a bully down low, and he's the only one that can do it. And I'm with you. Ideally, we need JP's offensive production because when he's on his game, he is very difficult to guard with that little jump hook that he does. And, you know, he'll put the ball on the floor and drive into somebody's chest, but he's just not as physically imposing as Carey.
Yeah.
And even at his size, you saw against those 7-footers against Missouri, he still pulled what 12-9. What was it? How many rebounds did he have? I forgot.
Carey had 10 rebounds.
10 rebounds. Yeah. Felix had 8. So yeah, I mean, everything is there. And why he's not being assertive on the offensive side is just, it's puzzling to me. But at the same time, we can't make shots 2 feet from the rim. So I don't know if it really matters. But, and this is just, you know, ifs and nuts, but not having Cade Phillips, man, it's been a killer. Because he is aggressive and he will fight and he will get in there and mix it up. Not having him has really been a blow. As good as we can be in the front court, him not being there when these other guys are just, you know, Estrella's hurt, Carey's not wanting to participate, and Parr's playing 35 minutes. It'd be great to have Cade Phillips sitting over there.
Yeah. I'll close that piece out before we get into our kind of predictions as we for Saturday. For Trent Noah, for Yelovich, for Modi, for those front court guys, because that's what Trent has to play. Like I don't know you're going to be able to really play him at the 3 as much. He's going to have to play like this hybrid small forward, power forward type thing. Mm-hmm. The fan base can see it. The coaching staff has to be able to see it. You know very early in the ball game if you have an engaged Brandon Garrison or if you have a loopy Brandon Garrison.
It's like the first play on the floor, you know if he's engaged or not. Like, it's so obvious.
And it was super obvious in South Carolina. He was not engaged. Forcing things up, missing it. I mean, he hit 4 shots between the last miss at Auburn and the first 3 at South Carolina. Collectively, you couldn't add them together to get 2 feet from the rim. And he missed all of them, including a putback dunk. And it's just like, all right, this dude ain't got it. But we continue to go back to him. And I don't know if Pope's hoping there's some sort of breakthrough or he just has an unfounded faith in Brandon Garrison.
He always says analytics, though. He always brings analytics about BG. And I'm like, this one of the times he gets frustrated because it's like, do you not watch the game on the court? Because he can't do anything. Like, I was so frustrated at the Auburn game because he didn't even try for that rebound. He watched the guy just stood there like this. I'm like, what are you doing?
Twice.
Like
you see Owe come screaming in to try to grab the board and unfortunately hit the rim one more time. He missed it. And BG's like, great try, dude. Nice job. Appreciate you. glad you're giving effort. But yeah, it's just, I want, and I think a lot of that, to be honest, when Pope tries to tell us that he's the most efficient player on the team numbers wise, I think a lot of that is for Brandon Garrison to hear. I think Pope knows we don't believe it. I think he's telling Brandon Garrison, like, hey, buddy, I still have faith in you because that's the kind of guy Pope is. We're all like, boosh, but I think that's what he's trying to drive home. When you know you don't have an engaged Brandon Garrison, the inverse has to happen where he's not getting 15 minutes. He's getting less than 10, and you're getting Modi and Yelovich and Noah minutes because these dudes are proven. Yelovich was criticized. He's going to come here from the Euro game and he's not going to be physical. One thing that he has been in SEC play is super physical. He's gotten beat on defense a few times. He'll ball watch, but when you're trying to back him down or he's got to body somebody up, he will do it. He'll go fight for a rebound. He has shown he will be physical. You have to play those guys, right? So why we saw it against Tennessee. We saw it in the miracle comeback against LSU. Mo Diabate, an engaged Mo D at the 5, a Yelovich at the 4. You can throw Trent Noah there at the 4 as well and really stretch it out. Why we don't see those minutes in a spot where it looks like he's still experimenting with the lineup. We got to see that. I'm sorry. It's just you can't keep throwing out the same thing over and over again and hope BG figures it out. He's just not going to. And I hate being the dude who like comes on here and try to like dunk on a dude and like he can't play. Like Brandon Garrison stink. I don't want to be that guy, right? As I hate when other people do it. But you got to be honest, right? It's not about being mean. It's just about being honest. And he just as a backup 5 to come in here and play 15 minutes and get 7 boards and be 2 over a dude who played like in a game where we had 48 rebounds. Like if you got to give us something to the game, if you're going to be out there and play. And he just unfortunately he'll flash. We think he's there, and then he's just not. So
he's so frustrating.
As we get into tournament play, I can't be on here lamenting about a loss because we trusted Brandon Garrison again. I can't do it. I will legitimately lose my mind, and I'm scared it's going to happen. I'm very, very nervous it's going to happen. I had a chance to win, had a chance to close it out, and BG sub is the reason why we lose a ball game again. But
I'm like, I know Moreno. Coach Pope alluded to Moreno's has an injury he's nursing right now.
Well, you saw first game of Auburn, or was it South Carolina? Was it his first game of Auburn when he went down with the ankle? It looked nasty.
Yeah.
So I think that was part of it. It was weird though because he wanted to say something and brought it back, right? Like he snatched the words right back into his mouth and was like, "I'm probably not supposed to say anything." Because he said he's dealing with some issues. So I don't know if he's talking about like off-court things. If he's talking about, the ankle or what. That would make the most sense because that was a nasty turn. I was surprised we saw him back.
I didn't
I was going to ask, didn't he come back in that game, though?
He did. He did. And it wasn't very long after that either. He came back. Like, it was not.
He wasn't that long.
Yeah, he came. That was one of the ones you're like, oh, man, if you lose Moreno,
that's hurt on the inside.
Oh,
yeah. If we lose Moreno, but I don't know what. I quit.
I just give up.
Yeah.
I just quit.
Yeah.
Go basketball. Like, I don't know.
But all right, so we can wrap this up real quick. Tennessee, Bama this weekend at home. As an outsider looking in, Bama just smacked the team they were up like 30 by the time I left them. You guys pissed off because you lost Mizzou. If I'm a Tennessee fan knowing Rick Barnes and how he's going to coach this team, I got Alabama exactly where I want them. Now, that being said, Alabama is a damn good team. So how do you feel about it? Do you think you got a chance to win? And, if you do, how does it happen?
Everything we did against Missouri, we don't do. And
great analysis. That's good. Hashtag ball knower.
We went down to that dump that is Coleman Coliseum with that washed up, has been, never was dropout and smacked them. I'm not worried about them at home. Granted, we don't have Jemai Mashak to, put the dagger in them this year. Somebody else is going to have to do it. But I mean, in spite of everything that we just got on here and ranted about, T and I mean, it's the Gumps. So.
Yeah, and you're not going to have to battle the same sort of defensive effort that Mizzou gave you, right? So.
Alabama is foreign to defense. They let go of that rope a long time ago.
Yeah. So Nate Gillespie be able to get back on track, and then you'll see, how your front court does. But T, what's your thoughts? Obviously, make free throws. Don't turn the ball over 15 times, and you guys probably win that game. But How do you feel about it?
The question was, can we win? Yes, because we beat them before. It's impossible to predict because our team is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, like 100%, and it's just a matter of which one we get. Being at home probably helps. There's a little more comfort there. Maybe you shoot a little better at home with the crowd behind you and all that kind of stuff. So I think we'll pull it out. But I still want to see more than like 13 collective minutes off the bench. I'm not good with all of our starters playing 33 plus minutes besides Carey. Gotta figure it out. I mean, I understand generally we don't think they'll find a way in at this point, but you gotta have somebody that you can put in for more than. I think we had one guy play 1 minute and one guy play 4 minutes. That is a waste of time. Like that is a detriment. So find a way to get some guys some more minutes. Got to be better with the ball, because right now, to me, if I'm any team playing Tennessee, I just give you some ball pressure and you're going to crumble and have a ton of turnovers. So be stronger with the ball, get more off the bench, and make free throws.
Yeah, there's only one thing that we do consistently
And
well.
run Bam off the 3-point line.
Yeah,
So, Hammer, go
definitely
ahead.
have to keep them. No, it's fine, man. There was some delay there. I thought you were done. I'm sorry. The only thing we've done consistently all year is rebound. That's the one thing that I can count on, that we go into a game, we're gonna do well in the paint. We're gonna out rebound the other team. So, and we should be able to do that against Alabama without too much trouble. The problem is, once we get that rebound, especially on the offensive end, we have to convert it. We have to do something with it. And we're third in the country in total rebounds. So we've got to convert that, because we're clearly not doing it at the 3-point line. We're not doing it at the free throw line. We give the ball away too much to not dominate the glass. So that's the only chance we have of winning that game. If we can control the rebounds, we have a shot to win. If Alabama somehow magically out rebounds us, we got no chance, no shot of beating them.
All right, Selena. Vandy at home, payback game. Does it happen? How do we win this ball game?
We have to have our guys produce. So like Colin can't have like a off night for him, right? We need our bench. I think we need our bench to score. We have to have our bench to score too. But I don't know. I hope we win. I want us to win. I just this team confuses me, so I don't even like predicting anything for them, because who knows what we're going to get any day of the week, right? Like, we could come out and make 14 threes and whatever and be great, or we can not hit anything. Like, I just don't want to lose by 30 again. That's what I don't want to happen.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, the same thing I said when we went to Vandy, I think holds true. We need a front court game like we got against South Carolina. Now, South Carolina's nowhere near as good as Vandy, but they're not big. Vandy is not big. And Hammer said it before they went and played it, and I watched that game. Hammer was great. They are soft. SAWFT, soft, right? But we let them just walk all over us against Vandy. Like, it was just a terrible game. We missed a bunch of shots early, again, like easy layups. It was just, and we just let that thing go very, very early, and we spiraled, and they were able to play their game. So if we can get the ball out of Tyler Tanner's hands, right? Now, you can't let Duke Miles beat you. You can't let the other cat who can shoot the three.
Nichols.
I'm blanking on his name.
Tyler
Nichols.
Nichols.
You can't let
he's
him.
really
You
good.
can't let him get going. I think this is a game where you have to. Owe, Colin, Chandler, or Owe, Colin, and Zell. Those dudes got to switch off everything. You got to run them off the 3-point line, make them make contested shots at the rim, because Tyler Tanner's actually shooting like 40% away. He shoots better from 3 than he does away from the gym or from his home gym. The only way they beat us is if we let them get hot from 3 and Rupp Arena is quiet early. If we make them play inside and we play physical, we will win this game.
Yep.
We will 100% win this game. This is a big Malachi Moreno game. This is a big Mo Diabate game. This is a big Yelovich game. And then you just, like you said, you just get your normal production from Colin Chandler, from Ortega Owe, from Zell. Then we'll do. I think we'll do okay. Have to stay probably 12 turnovers or less to win this ball game. I would like to stay 10 or less. Denzel going 5-0 is massive. He needs another big assist to turnover ratio game. And then you just have to have Colin and Ortega Owe play within themselves. Like, unfortunately for us, outside of Zell, and he's not even what I would say a great ball handler, but he's serviceable. Owe and Chandler are not. They are not one-on-one break you down. Now, Owe can get downhill, but if you condense on him, like he's not super crafty with the basketball.
He has a lot of turnovers too. Like easy, like just he loses the ball off his own leg all the time. Like it blows my mind all the time.
Yeah, he's not someone who you would say is got the handles, but it's a winnable game. But the front court has to step up. Has to step up. If we get the same sort of defensive effort we had against South Carolina, in the second half, and we can keep them off the 3-point line, we will win the game. You got to make them play over length, run Tanner off the 3-point line, run Duke Miles, run Nichols off the 3-point line, make them come in there and either take a long 2 or a contested shot at the rim, use our length with Malachi, even BG, because he's going to get playing time. And if they beat us, it's because they made those tough shots, or they just got to the foul line a bunch and they made their free throws. But you just can't let them have easy knockdown threes like they did in the first game, or like we let happen against South Carolina. First 4 shots, first made 3 or 4 made threes against the worst 3-point shooting team in the SEC. So I do think we win this game. I predicted it on last Saturday that we were going to beat Vandy. I was actually more concerned about South Carolina just because I thought it was a trap game looking ahead to this big one. But I do think we go get a W at home, get some revenge, and we get Owe back. Colin Chandler makes his big shots, and Zell, just keep doing what you're doing, man, because you have been the dude we've hoped you have been in SEC play. Had some down nights, but collectively, I think he is earning that paycheck.
And Peabody has a kid on their team named Chandler Bing, so you can't lose to them again.
Oh, man. We didn't just lose to him, man. We got embarrassed.
Freaking 30 points. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, not the first time this season. So, you didn't do anything special, Vandy. You just did some things that other folks have also done.
The thing with this team is getting blown out so much has really, soured everybody. Because there's no way we should get blown out ever by 30, ever. I don't care. It's happened a lot this season. So
it's happened. It's happened too many folks. What's up, Whiskey? You jumped on just in time for us to get ready to sign off. But and also, I think he probably not watching. But I pulled this up earlier. But what's going on, Coach? Thanks for jumping in. But all right, y'all. Well, I appreciate it. We'll get on here on Saturday. Y'all's game should be just wrapping up. We got an early tip against Vandy, so we'll know if I'm a happy camper very early on in the day. But like I said yesterday, the probability of us having a 3-game losing streak to include Georgia and Auburn, I would say was low. But we got a probability to go on a 3-game win streak against Vandy, and then Mississippi State again?
No, it's Texas A&M.
Texas A&M, and then you got and then you got a chance to beat Florida at home and take some momentum into the SEC tournament. And for Tennessee fans, you got the same. You can go beat Alabama and then close Vandy and rolling into the SEC tournament with some momentum, or you can lose both of them and the entire fan base feels like we suck again. So who knows what's going to happen? But I'm gonna look at the positive side of things like I did yesterday and go, that was a terrible game, and our best players played terrible, but we got some serviceable minutes from others, which is why we won. So let's just put all that together for one time, for one game. Let's just put all of it together and go get a W against the Doors.
Hope so. I need a win.
Selena, you have zero confidence.
No, it's not that. It's just this team is so like.
Yeah, it's baffling. You don't really know how to.
Like, I don't know what teams are going to show. I don't know if they're going to be any good. If they're going to forget how to play basketball for 20 minutes again. Like, there's no consistency with them at all. It's boggling.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Hammer, T, got any closing comments on the game Saturday?
I hope you stomp Peabody by 50. That's what I got to say.
Buddy. Me too, buddy. And again, not a lot of love lost between our fan bases, but anytime you can go beat Nate Oates, it's good too. So we are on each other's side.
Yes.
This weekend. Let's come on here for happy hour show on Saturday and let's have a positive toast. Let's to winning. It's a great Saturday and not me drinking. With tears dropping into my bourbon.
What time do we play Saturday?
11 a.m. my time. So
2:00 my time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you Central or Eastern, Selena?
I'm Eastern.
Oh, okay. I thought you were Central, so yeah.
Nope, Kentucky is Eastern. Well, most of Kentucky is Eastern, I should say. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We'll go ahead and sign off. But like I do every show, stay line. AllUKBall 25, get 25% off. Football stuff's dropping. They got baseball season coming up. I'm not a big baseball guy, but some of the stuff they have with the K on there looks super dope.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're going to pump our own brand. You can go to bluegrass-elite.com, heavy pour 15, get 50% off there.
Yep.
Go get – this got to be the most fire thing on there. I'm biased because, this was my favorite, but the BORder Rivals shirt, all of it's on there. Oh, yeah, there you go, heavy pour. You can even be fancy. You can wear this to work. You can get a heavy pour polo and wear it to work, and no one's going to think any differently of you. I promise.
I did. I did. And then what's funny is I actually wore it last Wednesday too, and usually I go to Bible study on Wednesday, so I'm up in Bible study with heavy pour, and I didn't think anything of it. And then I was sitting in there like, well, hopefully they don't pay attention, but this is probably kind of contradictory to where I'm sitting right now, like up in church to talk about pouring heavy, but nonetheless.
You go take communion and be like, no, I'm going to need 3 or 4 of them bad boys. Yeah. I need a double pour. All right, y'all. I appreciate it as always. We'll see you Saturday, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, YouTube, Heavy Pour Sports, TikTok, Heavy Pour Sports, X, BORder Rivals, HPS, Hammer at @IrishHammer_71. Selena
at KYSAS _.
And then at AllUKBall, T_step. I don't even know if T's got a Twitter. I don't even see him do anything on there anymore.
I posted today. I have been kind of quiet, but I posted something today.
Now we joke. You're getting Elon Musk, man. I don't know why. You did something. Your stuff's getting filtered, I think.
I'll take that excuse.
All right, y'all. As always, go Cats.
Cool. Go Big Orange.
Go Cats.
Go Vols.
Peace.